Hello everyone, Wanda here. Um, I'm not sure if Katie was supposed to start or if I was supposed to start, so we'll see what's going on here. Sorry. Welcome. Happy Wednesday Night Live. I am looking for us on Facebook. Oh, I found us. That was fast. Nice. Okay. All right, Miss Katie, I'm waiting for you. So we're doing this pretty turkey tonight. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Lots of foil. Hang on just a second. Hi, Vicki and Dee and Allison and Shay. Hang on just a minute. I'm sorry, y'all. There she is. Okay, let me grab Miss Katie. Okay. Here we go. All right, I've activated my paint with pipette and some water. Oh, I better turn my volume down over here. I can remember how to do that.
There we go. It took me a second to
Hi.
change over.
Gobble, gobble, gobble. I love that turkey. It's so cute.
Yeah, you printed out a big, huge copy for me, too.
They only come out that big when I print it from my phone. Mine's that big, too. But I accidentally printed you the one before I removed the background stuff, so now we have the colors the right way and the other way. I like your way better than this, but
Oh.
it's pretty both ways. I like. Hi, Lori. Hello, Deborah, Kathleen, Jennifer. Hi, everybody. All right. So I know you picked out a bunch of foils today. They're really exciting foils, too. I love what you picked out. I'm just now picking out mine. I think I'm going to go with the Ultimate Gold Collection and then paint behind it.
Oh, cool.
So, like, these for the belly feathers so I don't have a lot of work to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I actually thought
So
about
good.
that when I was looking at those.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that to help me with the details because I'm a little foggy tonight, guys. I'm going to be honest. I had a... Go ahead, tell them. What did you say? The
The
foiling rock
foiling,
lady.
the foiling rock lady has fallen and can't get up.
There you go. That's me. Yes, it was me. Anyways, I'm okay. No broken hip, but I'm kind of mangled a little bit, so I'm just I'm sitting on one side of the chair. We'll put it that way. So I will try to make it for the whole thing. I don't know how far we're gonna get because, to be honest, I don't even like sitting. So, but we shall see. I'm excited about the turkey, so maybe I'll start painting and won't feel any pain. You know how that goes. That works sometimes.
Yeah.
But I sure do appreciate you, Miss Katie. She came over and saved the day, you guys. She came over here and knocked out all your orders. Like, I got this. She wore her cape and everything. Okay. So are you using acrylic, gouache, pens, or are you going straight foil? What's your plan there?
Oh, not straight foil. No, no. I have watercolor. I'll have all my colors out right here. I'm not using the green, probably, but I was trying not to mess with my pans, but as you see, there's an old half pan in there, so
That's okay. That's pretty much the same color, almost. The color that actually goes in there is just a tad bit, um, let me, yeah, it's a little redder. Like, see this one right here?
yeah.
Yeah. It
Is that
might be
this
very,
one?
very close. Yes. Yes, that's the one. Mm-hmm.
And then I have a half pan in this one too.
And that one is orange, I believe you're missing. The bright orange. Yep. Very
That
good.
one?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Okay. I got a new a new brush rinsing bin, and I feel like it's Christmas.
Oh, you did get a new one?
I mean, my other one was like, it looked black and it's white.
Oh, wow. I
It
didn't
was
even notice that
nasty.
today.
It's a big blue one. Excuse my messy desk. See? Ta-da!
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Mr. Turkey, you're mine.
Yes, I know.
So this color is called Rubens Orange, and it is it's a very red color, but it's part of, what's the cut? I already froze, Katie, on the computer. I'm already depixelating.
Oh, really?
Yes. Are you guys having trouble seeing me? Anyways, oh, I just totally messed up the eyes. Oh, well. It's part of the Tropical Sunset collection that I did find the pigment for, so we will be doing that again. I'll be using some white, probably acrylic maybe. Maybe I can pull some of that off there. It's a pretty staining color. Ooh, it's lifting nicely. Cool. That's the cool thing about watercolor, is you can really fix mistakes, you know? Hmm. Oh, there. Okay, good. You guys see me? I think it's my computer then that's doing it. It actually is frozen. I can't even exit out over there on the computer to like refresh. Isn't that what you said you've been having trouble with recently?
Yeah, I've been having a lot of trouble with it. It's just running slow.
Okay.
It probably can't keep up with streaming for sure.
Yeah. And like I'm no techie pro, so I have no idea what to do about that. Lori, we'll be hitting you up later for some technical advice. Oh, I did it again. I obviously can't paint tonight. Oops, sorry. Sorry for the bumps. Hi, Maida. Hey, hi, Bambi. And Pam. And Betty and Bonita. My goodness. Hello, everyone. 26 people in the house. Do you have comments, Katie?
Yeah.
Oh, good. That's great. I'm going to grab some of that orange from the fire set. From the Four Elements fire. There's probably going to be some commotion here in a little bit. I left my door open because my husband ran out to buy some butane so I could use my torch. So my door's
Oh,
open. When he gets here, he's going to just walk in and start talking.
okay. That was nice of him.
I know. It was something I was picking up yesterday at the gas station when I had my fall. I don't know. I think I must have forgot it anyways because I was on my way out. So I was spacey headed. Um, Teresa's asking how I felt. I was walking between vehicles and got spooked. The guy started backing up, so I was trying to back up my tennis shoes and walk backwards, and it just was a bad combination. So I'm not sure what I want to do for the feathers. If I should stick with some colors or I think I will. But like for this one, I'm going to go all with the animal print, but I'm going to go all gold like this
Oh,
on
yeah.
top of, what should I put underneath that black?
Mm, yeah, if you're not wanting any
Dark
color.
brown.
If you want color, you could put blue.
Maybe I'll mix it with dark brown and blue. We'll see. But before we get there, Hi, Joan.
I have comments, but they don't move. I have to like keep moving them.
Yep, same here. So weird, huh?
Hi, Joan.
So for those feather colors, I did this was the fire collection. I did the dark. It's kind of a maroon brown. And then I added in a smidge of the Rubens orange to get the lighter color of the two for those feathers I was just working on. So that's these here.
Which one's the Rubens? Do I have that?
It's part of the Tropical Sunset Irregular
Oh, okay,
trio.
okay.
It's the red color in there.
That is that this one?
Yes. Yep, that's the one.
That's what I used on the turkey head, so maybe I
Yeah,
should use something else.
I did too, but I like pulled some of the color out because it was too dark, but now it looks light again. So mine looks all washed out. Hi, Justina, sister. I may do a second coat because like I said, I'm going to be foiling on all of this pretty much. So I'll need it to be nice and colorful behind that foil. Oh my goodness, a turkey shortage? What?
Yeah, I saw limits at the grocery store.
What? Are people hoarding it again, or is it from, or what is that from?
I don't know. I didn't do any research. I was just like, oh, I'm not surprised, but
Mm. think I'm going to use some purple or the burgundier color from the velvet. I'm going to sway from the photograph I'm working from, and then I hear him. Thank you so much. Will you? Do you know how to do it? Okay. Pardon me, guys. I'm going to let Katie lead you while I do this.
I'm just I mixed, I don't know what color this is, but I mixed white, titanium white with it to kind of get a beige. And so I did that in the center, and then I went back and got some of this color. It's a ochre. It's from one of the ochre sets. And I'm just kind of fading that in just a little bit, so it just kind of gradually goes to the light in the middle. Because I just want that very center part to be light, so I'm just going to kind of go in and touch up with a little bit of that color until I get it to where I want it. And that's the cool thing about watercolor. It fades super, super easy. Of course, it takes a light touch, and I've learned that's part of my problem is I'm heavy-handed. And I think that's where I was going wrong with watercolor, because when I started, because I'm barely touching my rock right now, and when I started doing that, my blending and stuff got much better with watercolor. So
I think it looks amazing. You've done well.
it takes
Phyllis
a
has a
light
question.
touch.
Phyllis is asking, I used black gesso for the background. How can I use watercolors to paint when I can't matte spray it? Use matte gesso, and you can paint right on top of that. I paint right on top of clear gesso when I do my decoupage. I use, the Liquitex matte medium and then a coat of clear gesso, and that really gives it like or you can use absorbent ground, right? That's what it's called,
Yep.
absorbent ground. Yeah.
Yep.
And either one of those in a clear, you can paint right on top of whatever you're doing. But black gesso you can get it in matte. So that's what I would do, or just paint a coat of clear gesso on top of it. So this is the more winey color of the velvets, the holographic chrome velvets.
It's from the bird flu, Helen Miller said.
Oh, well, I can do without turkey. I don't need bird flu, so thank you.
But then everybody's going to buy all the hams, and there won't be hams either.
Now that I can't live without.
I know, I got to have my ham. I think I'm going to go buy a ham like now.
Okay, we'll see you later. No,
Okay,
Katie logs
bye.
off. She's like, I'm hamming. See ya. You're too funny.
Last year, remember the hams were there was a shortage on hams, and not only that, they were really expensive.
I remember we had the chicken shortage from the freeze, but I missed the ham thing, I think.
Yeah, we couldn't get a ham last year.
I'm going to use some of the goldy greeny color. Like my name's Goldie Greeny, whatever that is. It's like a pirate's gold looking color. Put that in the center of my turkey belly and work it out. Work, 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 work.
feel like this needs just a little jumper.
Okay.
Get a tiny bit of neon. Ha! What would I do without your neons, Wanda?
I don't know. I can't live without them either. So,
I mean, look
had
at
you
the
never
difference.
have you never discovered them, then I guess you wouldn't know. But I know,
When
aren't
I
they awesome?
when I first put the orange on, it was just kind of like, but I wanted it to be like brighter. And so inside the other orange, I put the neon and it just totally kicked it up a
Mhm.
notch. And I am getting asked about the neon, so I know we're going to have to make that soon.
Right? We are, we have a few colors left, like just singles, and I think orange is one of them, but pretty much we're out of the gouache right now. Got to make it. I have the pigment. It's just, it's a big job. So it takes us a little bit to get the neons done. It's a lot of upper body mulling.
By the way, all of the commissioned opals are on their way.
Oh yeah, that's right. If you had ordered the custom order opals, they are out the door, headed your way.
That was my part of my job today.
This is the Istanbul turquoise.
Man, that just totally kicks that up a notch. And y'all, like, let me show y'all something. This is mine. All of mine are gunky because I use the heck out of them. But they get all this crusty stuff on there. Let me tell you, all of it works. So just wet it a little bit, and it's just dried a little bit, but it all is paint. So don't chunk it off and get rid of it because you can still use it.
Yeah, just crack it into your pan
I
and
just
then
take
get it.
my brush and wet it.
Yeah, that works too. Yep.
Yeah, Deborah, you would have to wait a pretty long time to help us because you got to mull the heck out of it.
Deborah, you just had your shoulder operated on. You can't mull. You better not be mulling anything.
I know. That's
A
what I told
woman.
her.
She's... Oh, but thank you. That's super sweet. All right, I gotta shift cheeks. Hang on. This is ridiculous. Actually, I think I'm gonna go to the walker seat.
Oh, great. Totally fixed.
I'm standing up painting, so I'm quite far away from this rock. We'll see how well I can paint. Hello, Nisi. If you missed it, Nisi, Katie was just saying how the custom orders went out today, so woohoo! Hmm. I'm just putting the basic colors that I'm seeing down in here. So we're using a lot of the elements today, and those are still available on the postcard as well as in the tins, and they're actually really relatively expensive. You get each set has 4, and then it's $20 per element. Does that make sense? So earth 20, air 20. This is the postcard size, so the regular size are these quarter pounds.
To be honest with you, I love these, and I'm finding I'm using them more than anything else.
It's nice to have some non-shimmer colors around so you can do other things too, you know. I
Yep.
I really trust me, I love the bling bling too, but we really got to expend, you know, and use some regular watercolors, which I'm going to start adding more into the line as well.
Yeah, I love them. And I love the irregular set that we did, even though it didn't come out exactly like we wanted it to, but
Oh, I
I
know.
love I love all of the colors in that whole set.
That's why we're going to do it again. The colors are en route to here. The purple and the yellow we have to substitute, but the two main ones, yeah.
Yes, Allison, they are super pigmented. And you know that they are because like you'll you'll get the paint on your brush and then the first time you go rinse your water's dirty. That's how much
Yeah.
pigment is in it.
Yep. Okay, I'm picking up some gold from the shimmer shots, the metallic shimmer shots. I ended up changing to that for these back feathers here, so that's what that is too. And I'm just going to add that to the feathers back here. Okay, I think I'm almost ready for some foil. I got a line, and then we'll do some foil. So for lining today, I'm going to use both a brand new Posca and a brand new fine liner pen. This one is a camera. So I'm going to do the small stuff with that. And then before I foil, definitely going to need to spray this one. I know. I don't know how many are in there. I got this new batch of characters. When I buy them in random, so I never know what I'm getting for characters. And it's got some cute ones. There's some llamas and some dinosaurs and
The
teddy bears
dinosaurs
and
are my favorite, and
so cute. They're adorable.
I love the dinosaurs.
There's even succulent cactus pots. Like, you know how the cactus pins that we give away. So
Yeah,
now in the other ones that you can buy for $1, there's some succulents in there. Obviously, I won't know. You won't be able to pick what you get, but there's a chance you'll get a succulent. I mean, you can always ask, and if we have it, we'll do our best. But most of the time, it's, whatever goes.
a random grab.
Yep. Exactly. Let's see here.
Or the more you order, the more of a chance you have of getting one.
True. So the cool thing about this design is it's kind of a doodle. So if you look at it, you can see how the lining is like scribbled on there. See how everything is lined very scribbly?
Yeah.
So go with it. I love that look. So we're going to get scribbly, doodly.
I'm watching from scratch, Lori,
What's that?
on Netflix.
Is it a cooking
It
show?
no, it's a romance.
Uh, of course you are. My rom-com. Well, she just likes you like rom-com, but you really like that hot, steamy stuff.
Oh, Allison, the lonely ones we took out because, it's kind of sad, I guess, to send you a lonely pin. But now the lonely ones are sometimes thrown in as a freebie. So you might get a lonely pin, but that doesn't mean we're telling you that you're lonely.
Right? It's a lonely heart. I was
There
like, it
are
has
a few
wings on it,
awkward
son.
pins.
Yeah, yeah, there are.
Just like there's some awkward stickers.
Very. I buy stickers like I buy pins, just random. Sometimes they're good, sometimes, whoa.
The traceables are always in the event.
Yep. Um, I posted it the day I posted the event, and it's the first um, comment in there. So there's the actual picture, and then I created a black and white version and toned it down so it's basically just the lines that you can use for either decoupage or trace. And I traced mine tonight. I really wish I could freehand. You know, I've tried and I've tried practicing drawing and, taking drawing classes and just no, there's some things that no, nope.
It's hard. It's hard, and it's taken me a lot of time just to barely get where I am.
Yeah, I don't have the patience to sit down and learn it. I get too frustrated. And I hate that because it goes against everything I say. I'm like, no, 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 nothing's ever bad. Um, yes, my drawing is bad. It's very, very bad. After foil, I'll be going back with Posca to do some major lining. Maybe, if I make it. Your boyfriend asked why you were getting tea in the mail. Ooh, did you tell him you were? No, I'm not going to say it. Never mind.
I need to move down to a smaller brush.
I'm trying to cut down on the amount of candy I send because, diabetic, new diagnosis here. I need to keep it away from me. So, you guys will be getting more tea bags. Oh. All right, I'm gonna run and give this a spray. No, I'm not. I'm gonna walk real slow. I'll be back in 5 days.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
I got to downgrade
Grab the walker.
to even a smaller brush to do this lining. I took a couple of bags, tea bags, the other day. I took the orange clove and the vanilla peppermint. I haven't tried them yet, but they both sounded so good. And the hot cocoa, she ruined me on hot cocoa because that hazelnut Land O'Lakes hot cocoa is the best hot cocoa ever. And it's more expensive on Amazon, of course, for that flavor. But man, it's good. Did you like that, Nisi? How I took a couple of tea bags? That was just for you. I'm not a big tea drinker either, but sometimes at night when I'm wanting like maybe like a snack, but not really much of a snack, I'll do a hot tea or something in it, especially, or a hot cocoa, especially if it's a good flavor. It makes me kind of feel like I had dessert. I was telling them how you ruined me on hot cocoa because of your hazelnut.
The Lando Lakes.
Basil.
So good.
Yeah. So yummy.
Right, let's map out some fun. Get that one there. And this one down here. Those two. I'm going to do this one on this yellow one and the other yellow one.
Some people don't know what teabagging is, just in case you were wondering.
Yeah,
They're
I'm not
they're not
going to
asking.
explain it.
Google.
Please Google. I don't want to get kicked off Facebook. It's okay if you don't know. Honestly. Oh, look at
Yeah.
that. It fits the whole belly.
You can live your whole life without knowing, believe me.
But when you know, you know. That wasn't very nice either. I'm sorry. And Bex, I'm trying not to get in trouble, so I thought I would just keep quiet. That's a good policy, Mama.
We stay in trouble. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah. She's telling on us. All right, so this one, maybe that's too much. Ooh, this one. Yeah, maybe. Ooh, I might do polka dot. Yeah, I think I'm going to do polka dots on these two. They're kind of a floral swirl, but mine's too, I feel like it's too much gold in there. You know, it's going to take over the blue color. No, it might be okay, huh?
It's hard to tell.
I know. And then these three, they're kind of like part black spot Dalmatian and or cow print. I don't know. I don't have that either.
Jennifer, what is an after 8? I've never heard of that candy.
Oh, I was like, what is that? What kind of procedure is an after 8?
No, she said Costco has an assortment of Rolo After 8, Aero S'mores, and Turtles Hot Chocolate. But maybe it's just a Canada thing, like they only release it in Canada or something.
That's sad.
I don't know, I'm just guessing.
That one, and then shoot. I think I'll trade. I'm going to do the polka dots. What did I say? Lord, won't you buy me? I'll do the polka dots on those three. Okay, I think I got it. I feel like I'm doing nails. You know, like these shapes. I'm not cutting them
Yeah.
out for the nails. It's gonna be like doing nails.
Yep.
I could do the heart swirlies, I guess. Those are kind of cute, huh?
That's funny. Ann said, meanwhile, back to the program, and I thought it said back to my mammogram.
Oh. Well, you know, it is that month. Meanwhile, back on the mammogram table, we have Becky to the right with her pancakes.
I had to scroll back up and reread it.
Too funny.
Sorry, Anne. I don't mean to tarnish your good image.
You know, we're not teasing, just so you know that, guys. We never call out and pick on people, so it's mainly inside our dirty little brains. Has nothing to do with nothing. Katie's like, speak for yourself.
Hi, Sharon Green.
Sharon Green, hello. Okay, we have this little man on board. Woof, woof, coochie warmer.
And then it goes all south again.
Not my fault. I think this comes in packs of more than one. I can't remember. I gave you one, right?
I think it was 3,
Okay, so
but I
you could
could be
actually
wrong.
put one under your rock to keep your rock warm, and you could put your glue and your top coat on another one to keep those warm. And then you could put one under your tea to keep your tea warm. See? Thinking. Just thinking. Hope I have enough glue. Oops. When you pour your glue into your dish, try to get it in the dish. I got it everywhere but there. Probably should have used the bigger palette tonight because I'm doing lots of foils, but okay. Already warm, put the top coat on there. I'm gonna start with the Ballet. Yeah, they're USB, so cool. I have this cool tower over here with like 100 cords plugged to it. Probably not very safe, but it's got USB imports on it too. Imports. Ports. We imported the ports. I used Rust-Oleum 2X matte spray or 2 times matte in clear to set my watercolor before I started doing the foil. I do recommend setting your work. I don't do it all the time because we're live, but this had too much going on, so. It's nice to have butane again. Okay, because things are cold, I'm going to start way, way far away from my rock and then move in. And we're getting the dots. Oh well, last time I did the whole foil job, no problem. Same glue, same stuff. See all my little dots? Oh well, now it looks
Yeah,
like turkey skin, huh? Turkey
it
skin,
kind of
gobble gobble.
does.
Chicken
We can
skin.
we can just go with it.
Yes, we're gonna go with it. So I'm gonna put this on there. Maybe. Now, where's my tweezers? It's always good to have a pair of tweezers around when you're using foil. And I don't know where mine are, but don't be me. Oh, oops. Yep, got a nice big fat wrinkle right down the middle of my foil. We'll see. All right, these foils like to come off in sheets. You see that? All you got to do is take your firm brush and go away from your project. You don't want to push it back up on there because it will stick to the top, and if like it's white underneath down there, it'll turn, how's it? It'll stick the wrong way on your project. So you just want to go away from, see how it's stuck all right there? It's not stuck, it's just a dry piece of foil that tore off in between. There. And burnishing brushes help with that. So see, I had that crack right down the middle of my foil. And if you tear them off slowly and then relay it down, you won't even see that. That turned out pretty good. What do you think, Katie?
Yeah, I love it.
That's an easy way to do feathers. Fish scales are awesome feathers. Mermaid skins.
Allison, I almost told you good night.
Good night. This is a pasta I'm doing the blue eyes with. I forgot to do the eyes. We'll have to touch up the black and the white. That's okay.
Night, everyone that's leaving.
What are you guys doing?
They're turkeyed out.
Yeah, turkeyed out. It's okay, you can have a nap.
Gobble gobble.
I'm hanging in there, Shay. I'm a little uncomfortable, I'm not going to lie. Thank you for asking. I'm going back and forth between I have a chair in my walker that's a little bit more cushiony and my work chair, so I'm going back and forth between the two chairs. We tried a pillow earlier. For some reason, it just made it really uncomfortable. How I fell on my hip is it's I don't even know how I did it, and I don't even have a bruise. I don't know where actually I fell. I mean, I know I fell like on the bone. I could feel it, but I don't bruise very easily. Like hardly ever do I get a bruise, but it feels like I'm sitting on a brick where I fell. So inside I have some kind of, it's not broken, but something's going down in there because it feels like I'm sitting on a brick. And the doctor said that was swelling and, probably tissue damage, and I haven't got the MRI yet, so hopefully there's not nothing major torn in there. It's so stupid. Every week there's something new with me. I'm tiring. Yeah, I think it is, Jen. I'm just so shocked that I don't have a bruise. As hard as I fell and I mean, it like knocked the bejesus out of me. Like my teeth chattered. It like my pelvic bones like collided. I don't even know how to explain to you how hard I hit. I honestly thought it was broken, my hip or my pelvis. But I was running from a truck. I don't want to get ran over. It's like life or broken bones. I'm gonna go for broken bones, right? I don't even think I picked stuff for these feathers. Whoops. I guess I better think about that, huh? What am I gonna put on these feathers? Hmm. Oops.
You did it again.
I know. I think I'll put the new fish scale just because I love it so much. Do it this direction. Oops, I did it again. Oh, stop singing.
Well, I started it.
I know. Ban her. No.
But I didn't. I tried to talk it.
And you did good. Mm-hmm. All right. Darn it. This is so weird. This foil doesn't want to work tonight. I used it last night. No trouble. Hmm. I
The
wonder if
gold
my glue
color?
did go. It's this, no, this new fish scale. Like last night it worked fine. Now it's not sticking to the foil or to the glue. I'm wondering if my glue went weird.
Yeah.
That is so weird. Like it didn't transfer. See that?
Yeah. Or your
That's weird.
batteries?
Maybe it's almost like it's over cured though. You know?
Weird.
I'm gonna do another coat and then do a little less with the light.
Thanks, Phyllis. I can't remember what set it's from. I can tell you where it's at on the rack, but that's not going to help you any.
What are we talking about?
This one.
Oh, that's from the abalone shell set.
Okay. So, Phyllis, you probably have that.
I don't know what's going on right now. So bizarre.
Hi, Sharon Kitchens.
I'll bet you it's my fan. I got a fan blowing right on me. Let me turn the fan off and see if that changes it.
You know, I never thought about that messing with mine, but that might be part of my issue too, sometimes when I have trouble.
It's so bizarre how one time the same foil can do perfectly and then the next time it'd be complete disaster, you know?
Yeah.
And I have like all the same tools here. Same foil, same glue, same light. I did just add butane to my lighter, but I can't honestly say that that would even matter, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to undercure right now to see if maybe that's an issue. If my flashlight is over curing the glue, maybe the glue is a little old or something. I don't know. Yeah, now it's just not transferring at all. How bizarre. Well, that worked better, but
What'd you do
still not.
different?
I cured it through the plastic more than I cured it before I put the plastic on. So I put the plastic on, it was kind of wet, and then it squished out. See, it's not the best
Yeah.
way to do that, but I don't know what that even means. Like, what is that? We'll see what's going on here.
I don't know. Some of the nail artists, um, they do the light over the foil too.
Yeah, just sometimes you have to. It won't work any other way. I don't know. You just have to learn how to manipulate it to work for what you're doing. It is not a perfect fit each time. It's a learning experience and it changes all the time. Like the lights change, the glue changes, and I'm not talking between brands. I'm talking in the same brand. Sometimes I don't know what they do, but sometimes the glue is not the same. It might be in the same bottle, you know, but it's different. Hey, Kerma. Yay. Welcome. Okay. That looks good.
I know I usually go flashy, but I kind of wanted to do like a matte, mix match pattern kind of thing and kind of stick with the fall colors for the turkey. So I kind of went plain Jane tonight. Thanks. That's from one of my favorite sets. It's boho, or what is this one, Wanda?
Is that Aztec or Bo? I'm not sure.
I think it's boho.
It's okay.
I'm pretty sure, but it's one of my favorite sets. It's kind of vintage, hippie-ish situation. You don't have it, Allison? You better get that stat.
I don't think we have it anymore. Or
Oh,
did you pull
never
it off?
mind.
Did you pull it today?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, well then we have it, but I think that is Aztec Bohemian then.
I got that one, and I'll show. I got two from that stack. Here's the other one.
Oh, wait, that might be bright paisley.
Well, anyway, it's kind of got that vintage, old-fashioned, hippie-ish kind of thing going on.
It is really hard to remember the names of all the 300 foils. It's even harder trying to name them all.
Allison said it's boho.
Okay.
Yeah, I just went through all of her foils and picked out anything that had browns or yellow, like yellow ochre-ish kind of yellows and tans and that kind of stuff.
Oops, I think I missed a couple of spots with the glue. Oopsie, oopsie. Oh my God, it wrinkled up horrible. And I was so far away. Look at the wrinkles in that.
Change your glue, or your light, I mean, your batteries.
My batteries are new. That's why I think that's why it's doing it. They're too bright.
Too strong?
Yeah, but I'm going to change my glue. All right, we're going to Burano.
My favorite glue in the whole world.
Ugh, I got to scrape this off. Yuck. All right, here we go. Scraper tool, use 101. Cut around the edges and then pull it into a yucky pile. This is where tweezers would come in perfectly handy, but I don't know where mine are.
They're somewhere on your desk. Sorry, I wish I could have stayed longer today and helped you straighten up a little bit.
No, it's no worries. Okay, Bruno.
So tomorrow I have to go get the car inspected, and like a good girl, because y'all probably know from past issues, you get there and they ask for your insurance and you pull out an old card.
Yeah, me. Yes, that's
So
exactly what I do.
I went and checked, and it had not been changed since April 22nd, April of this year. And I was like, well, it's a good thing I didn't get pulled over all these months, because I totally didn't have it.
I am totally guilty of that. We get them and then we just they sit there, forget to put them in the car.
Thankfully, you can get them on your phone pretty easy now, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was able to get it real quick to get the car inspected tomorrow. But I'll tell you, every time I get the car inspected, they want to make me change my windshield wipers.
Oh, dirty dogs. Are you going somewhere where they sell them?
Yeah, I go
Yeah.
to the Take 5 oil change place.
Yeah, I heard that they do that sometimes if they're trying to, up a sale. Like they'll almost hold your what is it, a smog or whatever for registration? Hold it hostage for your for windshield wipers or something.
Oh, Bex, we have to get our cars inspected here before we can get the tags for the car in Texas. It's different in every state, though.
And instead of them having like the inspection place being like at the DMV, you can
What
go to a licensed place. You know what I mean? It's not like a lot of states, because I've lived in 22 states. You can, it's very mandated at the place, but
Look,
not here.
Wanda.
Oh my gosh, yours did it too. Which
Yep.
glue are you using? Yep, that's what I'm using. Okay, wow.
I'm
See
wondering
what I
if we
mean?
need to quit using that glue.
Yep, I've been using these now for about a year.
And that's
Not
working
that I've
different.
had them for a year, but I've been using this brand. Gosh. Verano is great, but you got to buy the whole kit to get the glue. That bugs me.
It's not really for emissions. It's for, they check your blinkers, they check all your lights, they check your windshield wipers, um, the
They do
horn.
check your emissions though
Do
too.
they? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. But there's a lot of they'll fail you for a blinker light or a headlight or anything. You'll fail. It's become a joke. Like, I wonder what they're gonna fail me on this time. And if you get past, it's amazing. You're just like, woo,
You know,
celebrate.
you say that I've never been failed here, and you know my car is like falling apart.
Are you serious? You must
I'm
go
dead
to a
serious.
good place.
I go to Brad's Oil. It's right up the street. We've gone there every year. Maybe it's the place. You ought to bring yours over here tomorrow. Serious.
Tomorrow.
Bring it over here for your appointment. You don't even need an appointment. Small town.
They see me coming. Okay, I'm
I love
straight
your turkey. Yeah, tuk, 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 tuk.
Start over.
Hello, Anne. Who all do we have here?
Anne's back, or is it a different Anne?
It's Anne James.
Different Anne. Hi, Anne, number 2.
Hello, Deborah. And Rose. Hi, Rose. Did you change glues too, or is that the only one you have?
It's the only one I have.
Of course. I'm sorry.
It did the first 4 fine.
So did mine. Remember, I did this one?
Yeah.
Not the first 4, but I did this one no problem, and then whew, fail.
Hi, Jamie.
And Patsy, hello. And Jamie.
Patsy.
Patsy Cancer, yep.
Y'all just came right in when we're having glue issues. Welcome to the Hot Mess
Glue
Express.
Wars, yeah. I don't, I keep saying this. I don't usually use it from the jar, but this one is just almost gone, so I don't think it'll pour into anything.
The second coat did it too, and I'm way up high in the air.
Whoa. It's got to be because it's cold. See, Brano's not doing it. I have waves in it, but that's because that's how I put it on there and I didn't let it self-level. But it doesn't have the wrinkles like... Can you put yours way up high so they can see the wrinkles? See how it wrinkles real bad? And it should be nice and glossy. I'm sorry, Katie.
That's okay. I mean, I haven't changed my batteries in a while, so it's possible it could be my batteries.
But usually wrinkling is from too aggressive of a battery. Like the light's too hot and the glue's too cold. When you come together, it does
Yeah.
that. So I don't know, but could be. Maybe the light is surging.
I'll order me some Burano.
They really need to start selling it outside of a kit. You hear me, Burano? If they don't even know I exist.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter how much experience you have. Foil can be tricky sometimes, but when it's working, it's awesome.
Try a base coat. Do you have anything? If you don't
Uh,
have base coat, you can use top coat as a base coat and then
I was
try the
like, I
glue on
have
top of that.
Elixir. It's about the only thing I have.
Yeah, try that if you want to.
Oh, you're all blurry, Wanda.
Uh-oh. Hi, Margie. Yay. Can you guys see me? Am I blurry or? Oh no. That's a real bummer.
I'm still doing surgery. Is there anyone else on your Wi-Fi right now?
Me,
Lori
I'm using
asked.
the computer for comments, so it's me, my phone and my laptop. Well, they're watching TV, but
Are they streaming?
it's all streaming.
Oh, that might be
Yeah, we
what it
don't.
is.
It's really never been an issue. That hasn't never been the problem, but we have they say, that we have the plan where we're supposed to be able to stream from everything, but you know how it is. Changes every 5 minutes. Let me turn off my computer. At least that'll be one stream down. Okay. My comments are on my phone tonight, so I don't need it open. Okay.
I'm changing my batteries, so
Okay.
I will be back shortly. I'm going to try this one more time with new batteries and see what happens.
It says, Kerma, you're saying I'm worse? Great.
Do you think it was just late from singing? Maybe they...
No. I don't know. I really thought we were past this. Jamie, you can see us good?
Lori can usually see us good even when it's blurry for everyone else. I don't know if she's still on though.
Chris, I saw you just jumped on. Hello. Can you see us okay? Are we blurry or?
I think my pen's about out of
Huh.
butane.
I don't know. Well, I'm almost done, so. Hello.
Nope. See, did y'all see it wrinkle? And
It did.
I'm way up in the air.
I don't even understand what's going on. I'm sorry.
You could see it just happen.
Oh, yeah, it did. Totally. So it has to be the glue. Wowie.
Yeah, and
Okay.
the bottle's not cold. It's fairly warm in our house, you know, so everything's warmish
Mm-hmm.
in here.
And you don't have any other glue there to test the theory?
No.
Because I switched to Burano and it's not giving me any trouble at all. So I think that, yep, 'cause the first ones were Ganen, however you say it. Gayen.
Yeah,
Gan.
I'll order some Burano and finish the turkey.
Let's see if I can do the gobble feathers real quick. Do you want to have another turkey night or do you want to finish it and post it?
Yeah, I'll just finish it and post it since you're almost done.
I still have like lining and stuff, but
Allison, are you still on? I really like how my coloring turned out on the actual turkey.
It's beautiful. Your painting is gorgeous.
Thank you.
Your blending is amazing. Yep,
Um,
Allison's on.
we're going to be having a decoupage coming up soon. It's actually going to be collaging, but we're going to be using a lot of um, matte medium to decoupage onto the rock. So you're going to get practice.
It's also decoupage papers like magazine style, so they're the glossy papers.
Yeah, let me grab my collage book and I'll show y'all what I'm going to be tearing papers from. Y'all are getting a preview of stuff to come. So there's this handy little book that we got on Amazon. And there's just some awesome papers in here that you tear up into pieces and then collage on your rock. And of course, you don't have to use this. I don't have any magazines in my house or anything like that, so I'm gonna have to get creative. So maybe I'll go buy a newspaper and just different stuff. But there's a whole bunch of different designs in here to work with, so just to get you started.
Girl, I have tons of stuff here that you can go through.
So we'll tear it in pieces and then do a collage rock. And then after we get the collage rock, the background of the collaging done, then we'll go in and add whatever your main picture is going to be and any accoutrements you want to put on there. So,
What was
yeah.
this word?
Huh?
What was this word you just used?
Accoutrements?
What is that?
I
See,
don't
I don't
know.
know.
I
That's a
think it's
big word.
actually used in the food world, but I used it here, so call it a
That's a
Katieism.
that's a big word. I don't know about that accoutrement.
Yes, you can also make your own papers, like Jennifer said, and paint them, add stamps and stuff. I follow this lady on YouTube, and she does really cool things. Because like right now she's doing index cards. So the index card has just random she has a whole box of them, and she just pulls out a card and it just has like a random design on it, and she works that into her image, and she mostly collages and stuff, but she does do some press work and stuff. But anyways, um yeah, you can pretty much use any kind of paper, except it's harder to do the real thick, like cardstock kind of paper. You can do it, but it's just hard.
Gotcha.
But anyways, that will be a future um
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
All right, let me put the foil on that part. I'm going to use the discs.
Yeah, that would work too, Jennifer.
Yay. All right. Sorry, my pen's not started. I got to start it real quick.
You can also do some of this stuff just by hand. Like, these white marks you could just do by hand, so this could be paint with bubble wrap, that kind of stuff. These are just dots, so.
I can't get my pen to start. Oh, there it goes.
But yeah, that's going to be coming up soon. I can't think of anything else. I'm sure we'll start some Christmas stuff pretty soon.
Yep.
Or if there's any ideas, y'all are always welcome to holla.
Definitely, we're always in need of suggestions. It's hard coming up with ideas.
You're so funny, Bex. I actually believed you.
What'd she say?
She said she was doing Easter, and I thought, well, maybe it's different there.
Oh, my Katie.
I'm kind of feeling vintage Christmas this year. I kind of want to do something that's like older style vintage Christmas.
I love it. Can we do vintage fairy Christmas?
Fairy?
Yes.
I'll have to, I
She's
don't
like,
know about
fairy?
vintage fairy.
What? I will teach you about vintage fairy.
Like pinup?
No. It's like gold and brass and bronze and vintage. And like the fairies are more big face, how they were in Victorian looking.
Are you talking about like cherubs?
No, well, they could be, but that's an angel. I mean fairies.
Oh,
Um, you'll know when you see it. Remember, your lines don't have to be perfect because this is kind of a scribble turkey. What? Because mine stink.
Beck said that she thinks I've seen some different fairies than her. I was kind of thinking vintage, like, like the old Coca-Cola Santa Claus, that kind of,
So the Mopar looking,
yeah,
yeah,
maybe.
like
But I
the
will
girl
look
with her
into your
hair up
fairies.
in the girl with her hair up in the towel or the rag or whatever. What do they call that? The bandana, but it's tied back with her muscle out.
Yeah,
Rosie the Riveter.
there you go.
The what?
Rosie the Riveter.
Yeah. Mopar girl. Yep.
Deborah's like a do-rag.
Yeah, that.
I used to wear my bandanas like that on my hair and do the little poof.
Oh.
I'll have to show you some pictures.
Okay, I
Those
think I'm
are
gonna be
fun.
done.
Okay.
I'm getting shaky again. All right. Gobble, gobble, gobble.
You'll have to post a picture because we can't see it.
Oh no, am I blurry? Okay, I'll post a picture. Well, thank y'all for hanging out with us tonight. I appreciate it. Happy Wednesday. There will be no Friday Night Lives, so we'll be back here Wednesday or Monday on my YouTube. I'm not 100% positive if I'll be there Monday, but I will try my very best, depending on what we find out. So, all right, y'all, you got anything else to say? Thank you. Did your
Oh,
talking?
I think it just got clear.
Oh, hey. Well, there.
Nope, you
Thank you,
moved it.
guys. Nope, back to blurry again.
Yeah, just don't move it and it's fine.
Okay, I ain't moving. All right, y'all. Have a good night, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye-bye.